Hello world, welcome back to another rainy day devlog. If you've been following the project for the last two videos, then you would know that by now I'm in actual development of the project and I have huge progress to show you guys, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so I don't think I ever mentioned using Unity as the main engine for me to develop this whole project, but I don't think it's a surprising thing either, just because it's a pretty popular tool when it comes to making games. But anyway, I just want to remind everyone that this game is all about financial literacy, so it doesn't make sense for me to make it a premium game. So I'm happy to say that it will be a free game with monetization similar to my first game. And if you haven't played that, basically it never forced ads on you. It had buttons for showing ads, but it was ultimately up to the players to press it. So it was, yeah, it basically just didn't force ads. And Rainy Day will have the same monetization method. And currently, there are plenty of ways to show your support. You can easily subscribe to this YouTube channel or my website, and my website kind of just works like Patreon. There are multiple tiers, and it provides a good segue to what you see on the screen here on the Unity end, actually. So I'll play this. So you can see it will be the first screen that players will see when they boot up the game. And I don't know, this may be annoying, but you know, because they want to just get into the game, but it provides two things. On the technical level, it will give the game more time to boot up and load up assets that it will need to show and actually run the game properly. Second, it's a good way for me to show my appreciation to my top tier supporters on my website. So if you're interested in having your name at the very start of the game whenever it gets boot up, you can become a supporter sharp, is what I call them on my website, and you just have to be at least a subscriber in that tier for a month for your name to be up on here. But yeah, now on to what I've been doing for the past week. So to get out of the screen, they would just press start every time. And as we go here, you can compare what you see on the right hand side of the screen with the left hand side of the screen, or vice versa. Basically, what I've been doing for the past week here is making a mobile game starter kit. So I basically went back into my first game and took what was general about it. So kind of like an about button and a page that pops up with it, a missions button and the same pop-up, shop button, tabs, and all that, and kind of just put it all in one project so I can just boot this up every time I have an idea, because I don't want to be making this every time I have a new idea, right? It just saves me a lot more time. And some of these systems that I've implemented are visual, like you can see it right now, same like with this shop. This is not UI that's been pre-made. This is dynamic UI. I can just add an addressable and it will load it up on here. So theme 1, I can easily make a theme number 2 and it will load it up on here as its own entity, and not something I just made up on the front end. So there's that, and a whole bunch of other systems that I can just uncomment, aka activate, when I need them. So like object pooling and all that stuff. And as you can see here, 2 buttons for whatever I deem necessary. So for rainy day, you can look at the right hand side of the screen here. I think I want settings and rate, so it would be those. But again, this is the mobile game starter kit, so I left it blank. So I tap there to play, and this will be the game state. Oh yeah, so this whole thing is a state machine, so that was an architecture that was in my first game, so I refurbished it, and yeah, it's in this mobile kit, which is kind of sick because I don't have to make it every time. Pause button works. It actually pauses everything right now. Nothing is in the game right now, so you can't really see it. I just put a text that says the game, but it's actually an implementation, and I can go back to the main menu, then all that, so it's all straightforward. I'll just go back to show you. Here I can press end game, so whatever the game may be, once the round is over or they die or whatever, this will simulate it. So I press end game, and you can kind of see here there's a restart text on my storyboarding that I've done 2 videos ago, but this is that page. It's a game over pop-up. They can watch a video, ads, and it will restart the round or whatever if I deem it necessary. But obviously this isn't implemented because there's a lot of technicality that goes with the Unity API and all that, so it's not actually implemented. It's a button that does nothing, and if they don't want to do that, they can just go game over, and it will get them over to the game over state of the game. And again, similar to what you've seen in the main menu state, there's the button that will either play or that will play and get you to the game state, but in this case it will be the main menu. So 2 buttons here as well that I can use whatever, and I think it's for the shop again, so I will put the shop here, and then the share button here. Missions, same thing. So yeah, there was that for the week, and it may not seem like a lot, but it is. So it set out the foundation for Rainy Day and my future projects, so I see that as a win. Okay, so I breezed through what I've done for the past week there, but there are some notes here that I have and I don't want to miss out because it's something that most game developers can take something out of. So it's a good mindset to have, to write flexible code that you can use in the future. So if you're implementing a certain system, always try to be flexible when you're coding it so that you can use it in the future. But there's a fine line. You don't want to be too much of a perfectionist, because your code will never be perfect. It's just always good to try to write flexible code. It's a good mindset, and if you haven't made your first game too, like, there are plenty of resources in the Unity store or in the internet in general that you can use, as long as it's legal, right? You feel free to use them. It will save you time, and there's no shame in that. But if you really want, you can go your own route. But for the most part, it doesn't make sense. But when it comes to, like, art assets, that I kind of get, and it's the reason why I'm doing this daily art challenge of mine, so that when I do want to implement something, maybe I can go back into what I've done before in these challenges and use that, so there's that option. So again, use your resources. Like, there's no shame in that, and basically that's what I'm trying to get to, and I feel like that's really important. And that's it for this devlog. I'm trying out this new freestyle thing, and I think I did okay. So thank you for watching. Consider subscribing on here and on my website to beta test Rainy Day once it's out, and join the Discord community as well. And special thank you shout out to the people who donated in August. So thank you, Laura Milligan. Bye bye.